Welcome back to Bear Cave Watch Reviews. I'm your host, as always, Papa Bear. Today we're going to be looking at a wonderful piece of horology that is a true classic. Now, I do need to start by thanking my buddy Scott for lending me what's in this little green pouch for review. This watch was given to him by his father on his 21st birthday, and he was kind enough to lend me, spend some time with it, and bring it to the channel. So, without further ado, I do want to just open this up and let you see what's inside. You ready? I bring you the Rolex Air King Precision. Now, this is the first Rolex that I review on the channel. I have owned a Rolex before. I don't have it anymore in my collection at the moment, so this is going to be a special treat for everybody. Now, I have had some great times with this watch over the last few days. I've worn it, I've taken it out, and taken some really great pictures that I'm going to include on here. And I just want to share this watch with you guys. Excuse me. I do want to go over the history of it a little bit, but first, let's go over the basics. This watch has a 34 millimeter oyster case, okay? Case thickness, just about 12 millimeters. The bandwidth is 18 millimeter. Lug to lug, 42.8. It does have the stainless steel case, band, and the plain Rolex back. And this model was the first model with the sapphire crystal in the Air King line. This is reference number 14000. That's what we're going to go with, okay? So, sapphire crystal, Rolex caliber 3130 movement, and as you can see, that engine turn bezel that is unique to this watch. It's really cool. Of course, it does have the laser edge crown there. It's kind of difficult to find. Swiss made, 42-hour power reserve, 100 feet of water resistance, the white gold markers, indices there, and of course the crown. This one in particular has a beautiful dark gray, almost black, a matte black finish on the face, which is just really deep and just a wonderful, wonderful piece. It does have the oyster band, and as you can see on this one, he has had this finished, or cleaned up, I should say, but this watch has been worn. It's meant to be worn, and he did. So just a really, really cool watch. Now, I do want to go over some of the history of this watch, just to kind of tell you. This watch was released in the midst of World War II. It was part of the original Air series. They were released in 1945. You had the Air King, the Air Lion, the Air Giant, and the Air Tiger. So they were all created to honor the RAF, the Royal Air Force, and the Battle of Britain. So this is a watch that was meant to be worn. It's not one of those Rolexes that you just wear for special occasions. This watch is meant for daily wear. That's one of the nice things about this engine turn bezel, is that it's a tough bezel, and it's meant to be worn all the time. So I really, really like that about this watch. It had been discontinued for a few years, but then it got re-released with a new reference number, the 14010. They improved the case on it. The movement was changed a little bit, but still, this watch in particular is just a beautiful example of, it's 20-something years old, okay? But it's a beautiful example of how nice this watch can be. Now, it's not moving right now because I have not played with it in a couple days here, so I'm going to just wind it up a little bit, and you'll see that second hand start to sweep, nice and crisp. There it goes. So a really, really beautiful, beautiful piece. I'll put it on the wrist so you can see, and just so you can see what it looks like on my wrist. Now, this is a very well-known piece. It's actually becoming a collector's piece, especially with the turned bezel, because now it comes with a smoothed-out oyster bezel. But this is what it looks like on the wrist. Very nice, very simple, like not too thick, just really a great looking watch. It is, like I said, becoming a collector's edition because it's just a really nice watch to have. Again, only 34 millimeters, so you'd think that that's kind of small. However, it actually wears like a 36. So it does wear like a classic dress watch. So that's something to think about too. Not very thick. The sapphire crystal that they use, if you see, it's got that box cut to it, but it is sapphire, and I think it looks really cool just coming out of that bezel, the way they did it. So one of the things about this watch, okay, that I always liked was the simplicity of the dial. As you can tell, not a lot going on. They do have it, of course, with the Arabic numbers on it, but this one just the stick numbers, and it just says Rolex Oyster Perpetual Air King, and on the bottom Precision. Okay, so this is a certified watch that Rolex has had. So now let's go over things I love about the watch, and if there's anything that I don't like about the watch. Now, again, big special thanks to Scott for lending me this watch. I know that his sentimental value of this watch far exceeds the market price right now. And actually, this watch still demands quite a lot of money. It's not like it's something you're just going to pick up for $1,000. It does have some good market value to it. Like I said, that perfect dark gray, almost black face, very matte looking and very, very deep coloring. It's really, really cool. I do love the classic oyster style bracelet. I love that it has that old fashioned clasp. Just on this type of model, it looks really, really cool. Now, like I said, it is smaller, but it wears like a 36. It is a collector's piece, and it does have this bezel. Now, some of the things that I don't like, and yeah, it's kind of hard to find things that you don't like with a piece like this, but I'd be not being truthful if I didn't say it. It doesn't have lume. I mean, there's lume pips on the hours and on the hands, but it's not the best. Let's put it that way. And the other thing is the bezel. That engine turn bezel, as beautiful as it is, it does collect a lot more dirt than your standard bezel, to say the least. You know, that's one thing. And there's no date function. For somebody, most people, it's not a big deal, but for somebody like me that wears watches on a regular basis, and most of my watches do have the date. I am wearing, this is kind of the opposite end, but I'm wearing an Invicta, but you see, it's got that date right there, and I like that about that. So, one thing that I absolutely love is how versatile this watch is, especially with the black face. You can throw this on with a suit. You can put it on with jeans and a shirt. Wear it casual Friday. You could just throw it on with a pair of shorts and sneakers and a polo for your Saturday or Sunday. And again, it's going to go with it. It's going to be a really nice, versatile look. So it's just, I'm so glad I was able to spend some time with this watch and bring it to the channel, show it off. I'm going to be bringing some more watches similar to this to the channel. I'm very fortunate to have a lot of friends that still have lots of cool watches that I don't have in my collection, but they're willing to bring them out so that I can review them. So, that's it. This is the Rolex Air King Precision. Not too bad for a 20-something-year-old watch, I think. And stick through with this channel. Stick with the video because there will be some really nice beauty shots at the end. And again, my name is Papa Bear. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Up-and-coming channel, so the more likes that I get, the easier it is for me to keep making that content for you. And we will see you next time.